I think the process you're describing of dialogue that looks at things that are shared rather than different first, and build some kind of shared life experience, commonality, value, I think super valuable. One thing that we're doing early on is the second person sense making is largely about values. It's what is so let's say for instance there's some issue where there's a polarization around whether or not this particular proposition should go through, and it seems to be around something that if it does will benefit the economy but damage the environment, and if it doesn't the environment will be preserved but the economics won't get ahead or whatever. So we can identify, well, what are the values independent of the strategy? Fuck proposition A, yes or no. And the values are, I actually want my kids to be able to get a better job. And then the values over here are, I want to have this last little bit of old growth forest protected. When we identify what everybody's values are first, almost everyone can empathize with everyone's values if they aren't bound to a strategy where they're in a theory of trade-offs, where valuing your value requires going a particular direction in a proposition that messes up the thing I'm more directly connected to.
Mhm.
So can we separate the values that we're seeking to serve from a proposition of how to serve them? Then can we all hear everybody's values and then say, is there a proposition that would serve all of them better? That's a key reformation of the democratic process. And it was actually the goal of a town hall, and scale just messed it up.
Mhm.
Is before you get into voting on a proposition, was it even a good proposition? Did you do sense making to help bring that about? And a big part of the sense making is not just what is, but what are all the things that people care about connected to this? So one of the things when we're sharing different narratives is not just what do different people think is true, but what is it they care about that is ultimately motivating them, that can engender the empathy of each other.